I consider myself a trailblazer? Yes and no. What we're doing is not for the faint of heart. There are a lot of developers and capital partners out there that wouldn't normally want to be sort of a first mover or even a second mover. And from that standpoint, I do think that what we're doing is a little trailblazing.
Do I consider myself to be a trailblazer? Well, Groundwork Jacksonville's annual leadership giving program is called Trailblazer, and I participate, so I am a trailblazer. And we are building a 30-mile trail system.
I do consider myself a trailblazer. Throughout my entire career, I've always worked in diagnostics labs, startups, business development, and had an opportunity to buy into a franchise. And it really led Jacksonville into a new area of solution for uninsured people and underinsured people. So I do kind of consider myself a trailblazer.
Yes, I do consider myself the trailblazer because always trying to build the bridges between the communities and they bring the peace and the understanding. Many times people said it is not possible, but I try to find the way to do it.
Yes, I do consider myself a trailblazer, primarily in the areas of women advocacy and entrepreneurship.
The dictionary definition of a trailblazer is a pioneer, and I am absolutely a pioneer. But I also believe in the biblical side, which is it's ekbola. And ekbola literally means to be at the tip of a spear, being shot out and thrust into something that's bigger and larger than we are. And yeah, I believe I'm a trailblazer.
Back in 2017, I actually lost my life savings in an investment. And there's a lot of people that probably would have walked away and pursued something different at that point. I chose to really double down on learning and stay in the fight, and I really think that's why I'm here today.
A risk that I took that paid off was starting my own practice, Masterpiece Counseling Services, and I actually put in my 2 weeks notice at my previous job with no plan in place, and I am so glad that I betted on myself and I took that leap because here I am today operating a thriving practice.
First of all, after I finished my first college, I went to Philippines. I think about it, it is 19th, not early, before the early 2000s, and going there without knowing anything. I got married and they moved to United States without anybody and starting the new life here. I think this is a big risk.
Most entrepreneurs would agree with me. The risk that I took that paid off is entrepreneurship. This is now my third business, so I have 3 companies. And as any entrepreneur will tell you, entrepreneurship is a major risk. You never know from day to day the ups and downs. So entrepreneurship is a major risk, and I would say that it has paid off. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and I love it.
I inspired myself. I want to thank me for inspiring me. Liam Lives was birthed out of me losing my first child. And so it takes a lot of strength and grit to establish a nonprofit in the way that I did. And so I want to thank me. That's who I want to thank.
One of my inspirations is getting on the beach early at sunrise, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, to see that glistening, that pink and orange glow that comes off the clouds, and smell that seawater. It sets my soul for the rest of the day, and typically for a few days.
My father inspired me. I was adopted by my stepfather, and he was a physician. Out of 5 children in our family, I was the only one that went into the medical field. And so we always kind of had that close connection. But I think just watching him on a daily basis care for individuals really was an inspiration for me to go into healthcare.
My parents actually are probably the biggest inspiration in my life and helped shape not only who I am, but the type of work that I love to do. I have been obsessed, almost, you could say, with the built environment, and to this day, I'm inspired because of my parents, and I'm inspired by the built environment.
Do everything with excellence. Because if it's not excellent, you're not giving your very best to those you serve.
There is no shortcut. Learn and adapt, open-minded, listen, listen, listen again.
To always pay yourself first and take care of yourself first so that then you can take care of others. When I first started my business, I paid my employees really well and took care of everybody else, but I didn't pay myself, and that was a big mistake. Pay yourself first, because eventually as you grow and scale up, banks are going to want to see what your financial wherewithal is to guarantee the loan, and you need to take care of yourself.
I think the best advice I have received and I would give is don't give up and stay true to your values.
You know, I think it's important to make sure that you're building something that's going to be compounding over time, and I think the best way to do that is by building genuine relationships and making sure that you're always adding value to the conversation.
I define success by how other people live, work, and enjoy in the spaces that we build. For me, when I can tell that people are happy and content in the built environment that we've created, that for me defines success.
So many definitions of success. You know, I think most people like to say if their business is successful or they have enough money in the bank. What really matters for us is that our family is happy and healthy, our business is happy and healthy, and that our team members are happy and healthy.
I define success by being paid for my passion, and also that everyone in the organization believes in the vision, is working towards it, and feel fulfilled in what they're doing.
Success is when you achieve the goals that you have laid out for yourself. Probably the most rewarding successes, I think, for all of us are the ones that are earned, that maybe you stumble and fall along the way, but achieve that success that you had defined early in the process.
My success in my life is just being a great dad. They range from 5 to 24, so it's a big mix. It's a wonderful mix. They all get along.
My superpower is I'm funny. No, well, okay, that's what I think about myself. But I think other people would say that I'm a great listener or I'm easy to talk to.
I've never had an original thought myself, but I'm smart enough to look at the things that others who are much smarter and more talented than I am, and to try to emulate them. That's my superpower. Don't be scared of copying or following the trail of the true trailblazers.
So I'll go with my non-business superpower first, and it's changing a diaper with one hand. I think I've perfected that at this point. You know, and I'd say for business, my superpower is really just optimism and adaptability, and really just being willing to go further than most will.
My superpower is the building the true relationship, because people know that without any expectation, I build relationship. I care the people, and genuinely I try to build the good community and bring the people together.
Ooh. Jokingly, my girls call me Superman. There's a phrase, it's a South African phrase called Ubuntu, that I am because we are, and I think we all have a human connection in some way. And I think the superpower is just being kind and loving each other.